Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chains. So, bunch of different stuff that I want to cover today and go over. Starting with KRC20s. This is the main thing I want to cover because they are launching literally tomorrow. So we're going to check out Twitter, x.com. So with KRC20s, I have made a video just talking about a lot of general information regarding the mint and regarding what's going to happen tomorrow. And so when it comes to tomorrow, again, in the video I cover this also, but it's going to be just, kind of what's potentially going to happen in the market tomorrow. Because with KRC20s, it is a brand new protocol on the blockchain for Caspa, right? I don't think there's any infrastructure actually created yet outside of minting your tokens. There's not a secondary marketplace in which you can actually sell your tokens yet. 100% there will be. But just a couple of things that you need to keep in mind when it comes down to minting and buying these coins, right? So Caspa wallet, like I said, this is the wallet. It's a simple little wallet here. You just sign in, create your wallet, and send a little Caspa in there from an exchange. And they actually get a new website. Well, the main thing is I'm going to show you a different website. Okay, so they do actually have the inscribe here. They got the KRC20s. Yeah, wow. So this is this might start to show up tomorrow once everything is actually starting to mint. But so they did update a little bit. But another website is going to be Cast Tools as well. I don't know why I just looked it up on Google. Oh, it does show up actually. But Cast Tools is another website, for minting and stuff like that. I think there's like 3 or 4 different sites in which you can use to mint. Another one here. Looks like this is gonna be something. So they got the entire market cap, I think, of Caspa right now, 4.6. So it's starting to go up. But same thing here. I mean, a lot of these websites do not look like they're developed much at all yet, which, at the same point is kind of understandable, being such new infrastructure, right? But outside of that, definitely I still think it's going to be very high risk. I just like to cover stuff in which, I think at some point over the long term, over the next few months, I think a lot of KRC20s will rip like crazy. But from launch, that is something I honestly don't think it's going to be a huge just pump like, many might expect. But I just look at it just like how Runes was, similar to BRC20 as well. It's going to operate just like BRC20s, And if you guys are familiar with the Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem, like I said, it's going to operate very similarly to that. So outside of that, there's not too much I want to cover. I'll probably be bringing up some coins tomorrow once, everything's finally out. Like mints are actually starting. And I'll probably put some tutorials out tomorrow on the day of. Because obviously nothing is actually out yet, so I can't really show anyone anything yet. But outside of that, guys, that's kind of what we're waiting for. I still think if you can mint a bunch of different coins of some of the top communities, definitely going to be worth a shot. But outside of that, I think it might take a little while for a secondary market to be developed fully. So it might take some time, but just keep that in mind before you even start minting. But outside of that, I don't know why. I feel like the market's been kind of moving today. We literally got Retardio. Shout out Retardio. Up 70% today. Starting to move. I think there's been a lot of beef with the Retardio community and Martin Shkreli, however you pronounce it, but You know, I want to pull this up too. Actually, I have X up. But guys, I really believe Retardio is just pulling what Mog literally did. Has the almost the same chart, very similar chart. You know, I pointed this out over a month ago, you know, that it was probably going to follow a chart like this, and it still has. And I'll show you in 1 minute once this is loaded up here. But like I said, you know, because if you are familiar with Mog and how it was, you know, the community just basically formed and got stronger and stronger as it continued to trend and trend and trend at the bottom. And then obviously you guys know what happened from there. Just giga mooned and just continued up from there, right? But Retardio is looking like it's probably going to pull something similar. Maybe it doesn't run, you know, upwards of 500 million on its first leg, but still something huge. So I don't know what Deck Screener's doing today. But anyways, you can kind of see it on the chart. It's the same exact kind of pattern, you know. Off kind of from when it launched, got a little bit of hype, ran up, came all the way down, and then it's just edging. At some point, this, I don't know if it's going to be this one or maybe it's going to go down. But at some point, one of these legs is going to overtake its previous, and then it's going to overtake this high, boom. It's going to probably retest, start to move, it's going to mess around this high, and you're going to notice you're going to be at 50 million, 60 million, and it's probably going to start shooting up. I have firm belief, you know, I called this out over a month ago, maybe, I'm trying to see when, you know, and it's still right around, you know, just accumulation levels, right? That's also why I like it. I think anywhere in and around 20 million is kind of a sweet spot for it. You know, when it was down here, it hit 13 million literally a few days ago. Now it's back up to 35 million. Kind of goes with the pennies here, but like I said, it's just a crazy community in my opinion. And just cult-like community basically. And I like Retardio a lot. Just over time, eventually that's going to pump. You know, and obviously Mog too has been killing it. Mog has been all over the timeline. Yesterday it was at 700 something million in market cap. Hit a new all-time high, which is wild. You know, on the chart you can still kind of see it, but yeah, it went a little higher, up to like 0.02, somewhere right around there. Bouncing again. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback, or at the same time though, you know, it really could shoot up from here. You know, this coin is just unpredictable, and I'm here for it. We're just going to let Mog do whatever it does, right? But this is what I wanted to show you. This is the Mog chart in comparison to Retardio. You guys can see the same exact setup forming. And then I'm also going to talk about another culture coin, another culture-like coin that I think has honestly crazy potential too. I really like it. So that was Mog. Let's go to Retardio again. But yeah, as you can see, the charts are just so similar. So this is Retardio right now. This is the Mog chart. Retardio, Mog, Retardio. You know, I think Retardio still has a little bit more time of accumulation. Might have another, at minimum, few weeks, maybe like 2 months. I wouldn't be surprised to see in like late July, August, this really decides to rip too. But I just have firm belief in this coin and this entire community. So next one I want to talk about is actually lock in. You know, this one, oh my god, it's ripping today. But anyways, yeah, I've been talking about this one in Discord for like a week and a half. You know, and initially it has a beautiful chart. You know, it started way down here at a few million, ran all the way up to about 20 million, came down, sat in between 4 to 6 million for, you know, about a week, had a nice pump today. It probably will, I don't know, might come back down again, but I think just sitting in 6 million, this range, long term, this is just like another more culture related meme coin, you know. It's not, you know, it's not another dog, not another cat. You know, it kind of relates to when Roaring Kitty posted that photo. But yeah, I mean, the methodology, the thesis of it is time to lock in. You know, it's kind of the entire crypto space, right? Lock in now or clock in later. Exactly. So I don't know. I mean, there's not too much. Again, it's not like I can go and do this in-depth analysis, right? It's a meme coin. You know, meme coins are almost solely attention-based / opinion-based coins. You know, there's really no fundamentals to them, but, you know, again, this is just one I like. Currently up this high, I don't like that. I like that it's up, but I don't like that in a sense where if I was going to buy it today, definitely not buying 133% pump, but, you know, again, if this comes back down in this range, it's probably just going to go up, bounce, bounce. But I could see the season making a new high within the next maybe week or two. Again, if the conditions kind of stay, the market conditions stay where they are. But outside of that, like, I want to just cover a couple of those culture coins, you know. Because we also had, like, you know, I feel like recently too, a lot of the coins that I've talked about just have not been performing. Which is nuts to me because, you know, even Joeing. So if anyone's in Joeing because of me, like, I'm sorry that that coin has been down so hard. You know, I honestly didn't expect it. I don't think people understand that it's kind of an anti-Biden coin. You know, I feel like any coin related to Joe, they think is, you know, a pro-Joe coin, and it's been tanking, right? Just because of everything that's happened in the last few days. You know, but yeah, Joeing was just down. But like I said, I still think the community is solid. I'm still holding, and I don't plan on selling. You know, I'm just chilling with it at this point. I think it's funny still. Literally nothing's changed for me except the literal price of the token. So just wanted to put that out there because I saw that dumped heavily during the debate, which this is not a political channel, but the debate was wild. That's all I'm going to say. That was wild to see. And we got Bitcoin still Bitcoin just doesn't want to break nor pump. It just wants to sit where it's at. It literally just, it's nice and cozy up there around 60K to 70K, huh? Just chilling, still not doing much. You know, let me pull up, actually no, deck screen, I don't know why it didn't just work. Like I said, with this still, you know, we're starting to get into a point now, because it is what, almost July. We're starting to get into the real run, in my opinion. It's starting to get pretty close. And what I mean by that is time frame wise, if we base the majority of price action, the majority of the previous pumps in the other cycles, if we base it on this time frame now of this cycle, you know, we're now about 3 months. It's going to be 3 months pretty soon from the Bitcoin halving. I think right now it's still just over 2 a little bit, but once we get into July, mid-July, it'll be about 3 months. Into August, it'll be about 4. And I think August and September are going to be huge just for price to potentially be starting to swing again to the upside, you know. But for now, oh, well, actually, you know what I wanted to do was I'll kind of just show you guys what I just said in a sense where it did take like at least 4, 5, 6 months from the halving in previous cycles for Bitcoin to go from, you know, still in a bear market upwards of just ripping, right? And we're still only a couple months out from the halving, so if we base the majority of the price action on that kind of time frame, we are still time frame wise early in that sense, you know. And it might be, I don't know if it's, you know, if you consider it the best way to look at it or not, but that's how I'm basing the rest of the cycle, you know, because I just look at it, I still don't think the end is anywhere near. You know, that's literally like saying when Bitcoin halved down here and when Bitcoin did nothing for a few months, that it's like saying when Bitcoin was at 9K, it was over. This is just gonna start trending down, trending to zero, right? It's like the other halving too. When it was down there, you know, I don't know what price. I can't really tell here. It's probably somewhere around here. You know, before it even moved, a few months before the parabolic, I can't even talk. The parabolic moves. A few months before the parabolic moves, and people were calling it over. And that's literally what people are doing today. Again, even though we are already this high in comparison to this cycle, down here, we were down here at this moment, right? This cycle, we were somewhere down here. At this cycle here, we're already at all-time highs. That's the only difference. You know, this cycle has just been very weird, though, you know. I have to say, because alts are legitimately still kind of in a bear market. Outside of some meme coins, you know, even a lot of meme coins are down heavy right now too. But outside of that, you know, there's not too much else I want to cover today. Just like I said, with KRC20s, it's gonna be an interesting mint, you know, for a bunch of coins. You know, I've given you guys a bunch of communities that I'm personally bullish on through just, you know, different reasons and research that I've done. So KRC20s are going to be cool, pretty interesting to see. But again, do not expect 200x's if you mint tomorrow, because it might take some time for these communities to actually build themselves into something, right? Because a lot of times, even some of these pre-launch communities, a lot of them will end up turning into nothing. You know, there's going to be some that are going to be clear winners, but not always are some of the first coins ever created or minted. You know, not always are those going to be some of the top coins, you know, in the entire space, right? It might take another 2 months for a new KRC20 coin that, you know, just comes onto the market, another meme coin, let's say in August, just comes out of nowhere. And the community goes crazy in August, you know? It's just, there's no telling, and you can't just base it on because it's like one of the first, right? But I'm just saying that right now because there are a bunch of them that have predetermined communities already, and some of them seem very strong. So I would think that they could do fairly well very short term, but again, long term right now, at least with Bitcoin and ETH not doing anything, I don't expect anything to actually withstand a decent pump long term. You know, and I don't even want to bring up MOG again, but like MOG has actually been one of the only coins, you know, at least in the last month that I've seen, that is consistently moving up like that, you know, against the market. And I don't want people to think that that's like always normal, right? Because again, most utility coins are down. They are down pretty heavy right now. They're still kind of just flatline. And I feel like most things that have been moving right now are just, they have been short-lived and then they kind of die off. So keep that in mind. Until we see Bitcoin and ETH just explode again, that is when we're going to see everything that, you know, has been going down, everything that's brand new that hasn't moved, including runes, in my opinion. That is when we're going to see runes explode. We're going to see AI explode again. We're going to see gaming, RWA, a whole new wave of Bitcoin DeFi again. KRC20s will probably explode. We're going to see waves and waves and waves of more of the same narratives that we just saw over the last 6 months. It's going to be a second wave of everything, you know. So I don't know, in my opinion, I think we're going to get a second chance at everything we just kind of went through. If you guys have been here since, you know, this area in 2023, since August, September, you know, we went through every narrative in the playbook, right? At some point had a huge pump. So I feel like at some point within the next few months from now, that same thing is going to happen again with all the new coins, with all the new stuff. So keep that in mind. And that's honestly, that's why I'm super bullish, you know, over the long term, right? So outside of that, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys today. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.